My fiancé refused the prenup, so I called off the engagement. Am I overreacting for kicking my fiancé out and calling off the engagement after he demanded to be on my house deeds, refused a prenup, and has debts?
Damn!
I'm 32 female. I own 2 houses outright. Well, good for you, gal.
Yeah, girl.
One I bought 5 years ago before we met, and one I inherited 2 years ago. Both are paid off. I'm financially independent, and those properties are my main security.
Can I marry you?
My fiancé is 34 male. We've been together 3 years, engaged 8 months. He moved with me 2 years ago and lives rent-free. The bastard. He pays for groceries and some utilities, but that's it. He makes about half what I make. The issue started when we talked wedding logistics. Ooh, that's always a problem.
The wedding always seems to ruin things.
1. The house deed thing. 2. He said if we're getting married, his name should be on my house deeds. It's not fair that I live here and contribute but have no ownership.
It's not fair.
If we're equal partners, we should be equal on paper.
It's not fair because you don't get what she has.
Exactly, she paid for everything. Before you. 3. I said no. I offered a prenup keeping the house as separate property and asked him to pay fair market rent if he wants to live here.
Oh.
The thing is, I think it's somewhat fair, but that's a hard discussion to have.
You think what's fair?
That he pays rent.
Do you, as a husband?
No, but I think, I feel like it comes from the fact that he wants to be, he wants more than what he should have, really. So it's like she's coming back with,
not only you're not
rent.
getting it,
Yeah,
you're going to pay rent.
4, his kids and debts. Well, you knew he had kids. 5, he has 2 kids from a previous marriage. He pays for their private school and says it's a huge financial strain. Well, I can agree with that, but maybe they don't need to be in private school.
He had the pleasure of making those children, not you.
He asked me to treat them like my kids and implied I helped cover that after marriage.
Does she have kids?
As of now, she does not. He also told me he has about 40,000 in personal debt from an old business that failed.
I would just like to say that I think it's a good idea, to obviously talk about all these things, but you don't come at it with, this is what you should do, this is what I want, you need to do this, you need to pay for that. I don't think that's the way that kind of conversation should happen.
This is not the way.
Especially if you're not the one that is in the position of power in terms of what they have.
Yeah. Also, in terms of the kids, you would hope, I don't know what the relationship is with them, but you'd think that if you're marrying someone, you'd accept the kids. Not all the financial strain.
I think that's the thing. He's not like, I really want you to treat them well as if they're... No, I want you to help pay for their private education. It sounds like what he's saying.
Yeah. It's maybe private school is not possible.
Or maybe you don't ask someone to do that.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to then have a part in paying for something for them, I'm going to want to start maybe having a say in what happens, where they're going to school, other things that are going on. I'm paying for the school. Well, there's other things that come with that, right? You want me to treat them as if they're my own? Well, then maybe I don't like the idea of private school.
Yeah. 6, his reaction.
Is it good?
7. 7, he refused to sign a prenup. Said it means I don't trust him and I'm planning for divorce.
Someone who says that, I feel like it's because they want to be a user. It's usually not the person with all the money that's saying that.
Yeah. It's not looking good for you, boy. He said asking for rent is insulting and makes him feel like a tenant, not a husband.
That one I can understand.
Yes, but it's everything around it. It's not just that.
If she's asking for rent, is that the kind of marriage she wants to be in? Even if he was like, yeah, okay, fine, I'll pay rent.
Yeah, I knew a couple that worked like that.
He or somebody paid somebody else rent?
Yeah, I think the wife paid his debts and they signed a contract that he had to pay her back in the marriage.
Well, that's different.
Yeah, but
debt is different. I think that's smart.
Well, it is smart, but it's kind of a little bit, it's when you enter the marriage, most people think that you come together. Your debts are my debt. He's not saying I'm being greedy and that if I loved them, I wouldn't protect my asset like that.
Oh, he sounds like a manipulator.
I told him I'm not comfortable merging finances or assets when he has debt.
Yeah, smart. Very smart.
Won't sign a prenup and wants me to take on responsibility for his kids' school costs.
Absolutely not.
There's a mother in the. There must be in the picture. There should be splitting the cost of that.
Well, they probably are. Once again, I think if someone wasn't so demanding and saying, oh no, I'm not signing a prenup, or I want this and I want that maybe naturally some of those things would happen. If you trusted that the other person was with you for the right reasons and wasn't just looking to see what he could get, because it feels like that's what he's doing.
I asked him to move out and told him I'm calling off the engagements unless he agrees to a prenup. At this point, I don't think there's any point for the prenup. Okay.
Leave.
At this point, I don't think there's any point in even like using the ultimatum. Like, throw him out altogether. Call off everything.
Yeah, haven't you seen what he's made of? Doesn't sound like it's much that you'd want to tie yourself to, even with a prenup.
Yeah. It feels so weird too, because it seems like he's been helping out a little bit with groceries and doing house chores.
Wow! Amazing!
Well, he's been living rent-free at your house. Which I guess it's fine if you have someone that like they can live with you if you're done paying your house. But it doesn't seem like he contributed that much.
Yeah, I don't think he deserves a part in the house. Oh, because we love each other now, I should give up half of everything for you.
Yes, that's how it works.
If you're not careful, that could be how it works.
Yeah, exactly. Now he's telling our families I'm cold and using my money to control him. My mom says I'm being too harsh and should work it out.
Wow, your mom needs to be quiet if she hasn't got better advice to give.
Am I overreacting for kicking him out by the end of the week and ending the engagement over this?
No, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Good job.
Comment. He's looking for an easy way out of his debts. Yeah, seems like it. If I were you, OP, I would end and walk away. As far as him not wanting to pay rent because it would make him feel like a tenant, that's BS. It's called paying your fair share. Well,
I think if she still had a mortgage to pay, he should be contributing to that. Even if the house is not going to be his in the end, he's living there.
but he should be like contributing to groceries and all the other stuff. OP responds, that's part of why I'm so frustrated. I actually told him I wouldn't ask for a single cent toward the house until his debt was cleared. Well, that's nice. I thought he was using that time to pay it down. Turns out he hasn't paid anything on it in the 3 years we've been together, and the interest just kept piling up. So now it's not just about the deed. It feels like he wants the security of my assets without dealing with his own financial mess first.
100%.
If he's not even responsible enough to at least pay the interest on his debt.
Yeah. Do not hitch your horse to that wagon. I think that's the saying.
We have an update. Thank you to everyone who commented. Seriously, reading your replies helped me see this clearly.
And I think the fact that she quickly, well, I mean, it's 3 years, but quickly after all the mess that he seems to be, said, no, I'm not having this and got rid of him, probably is an example of why she's in the good position she is, like financially.
For context on our dynamic over the 3 years we've been together. Yes, I've been waiting for that. He never did any childcare or housework here. I took care of the entire house. He sometimes bought groceries and paid utilities, which I mentioned before, but that was the extent of it.
Sometimes,
yeah. He does make money, but most of it goes towards spending on himself and his kids' school back in Europe. Oh, okay. He doesn't spend much time on them outside of school because they live with their mom. There you go. There's a mom in there. He also has his own assets in Europe. Okay. He never wanted to marry me until now, and it's obvious it's because he wants the green card. Oh. And the irony is he had no problem charging me Airbnb level rent to stay in his place when we visited his country. So you went with him and he charged you for it?
That's obscene. Oh, wow. No, you should have dumped him a long time ago.
Yeah. He can dish it out, but the second I ask for a fair split of the house we'd live in together, I'm the villain. I'm not signing over my safety for someone who's been using me for access. I'm single now. Good job. And honestly, I feel lighter already. Thanks again for keeping me grounded.
Yeah, that's a terrible dynamic of a relationship to be in.
Yeah, awful.
Like, as soon as you asked me for money to stay at your place in Europe, meanwhile you're living rent-free, everything free off me, that would have been a no.
And he was there too.
Even if he wasn't. He was living with her for free.
I get that, but on top of that, he was there. That's insane.
That is insane. Disgusting.
I think you did great.
Yeah, good job.
Good job. Well, thank you for watching. Share, like, subscribe, and see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.